We got some big news in the world of sports betting. NBC Sports announcing an agreement with PointsBet. PointsBet will become the official sports betting partner of NBC Sports. Under the deal, PointsBet will partner with NBC Sports and be integrated into the platforms of all 8 NBC Sports regional networks, which bring viewers more than 2,200 live sporting events every single year. And joining us now on that and more is Johnny Aitken. He is PointsBet USA CEO. So, Johnny, I guess I should say, welcome to the NBC family as well. Very cool. How will it look if I'm watching a basketball game or a hockey game or whatever it might be, NASCAR on NBC? How will PointsBet enable me to bet on that game?
Thanks for having me on the show. How it'll look on the screen is really as deep as the integration can take us. We've really focused this deal on the superior technology that PointsBet possesses and also that NBC Universal possesses. So imagine a hockey game, for instance, where the odds are integrated into the broadcast. There's contextual pop-ups that give you a stat with a betting market. Part of the deal that we're looking to unlock over time as well on the Comcast Xfinity end is the ability to speak into the remote and to ask for betting odds, to ask for PointsBet offers, and to really, again, integrate deeply into the set-top box as well. So as part of being a 5-year deal, we're really going to explore a lot of different areas of technology and ensure that we're enhancing the broadcast experience and watching experience when you're watching sports.
So I am, listen, obviously Comcast is my parent company, so I don't want to be too much of a homer, but I do love the X1 remote. That's what you're referring to on the Xfinity. And if you use Comcast at home, you know what I'm saying. It's got really powerful voice features. I could be like, show me this, show me that. So it sounds like, Johnny, what you're suggesting is some point soon I'll be able to hold up my remote, press that voice button and say, show me the odds on the Celtics versus the Raptors.
Correct. Again, it's not going to be day one, but that's the future vision and the alignment of the two companies. Part of the transaction was an equity position that NBC Universal took in PointsBet. And, the end game is to bring that ultimate, again, unique experience that you can't get anywhere else.
I'm sure you're aware that the UK has recently banned advertising of sports betting in and around live sports on television. Of course, the reason being the problems that arose from addiction, particularly post the smartphone era, allowing people to bet so easily whilst watching live sports. And of course, it was already legal in the UK in a way that it hasn't been here. How are you, NBC and the US more generally, going to make sure those same levels of addiction don't take hold here in the US, where you could even argue the level of education against the risks of betting are much lower as a starting point?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, firstly, the PointsBet management team's operated in the Australian market for 10 years plus, and we have deep experience when it comes to responsible gaming. Really, responsible gaming was a consistent part of our sort of discussions with it, with NBC Universal all along. We have a responsible gaming program internally. We were the first sportsbook in the United States to run a responsible gaming program on social media. And I think the question's great. I think what we're seeing on certain networks is a bombardment of advertising. And part of our partnership with NBC is a responsible approach to how we advertise, to how we, again, integrate into the broadcast, and to make sure any sort of messaging around sports betting also contains a responsible gaming message, so people know if they potentially are sort of running into a problem, that they have a number to call and a way to seek help.
But so the UK, therefore, has gone too far by banning advertising around live sports events. In fact, in the UK, the previous norm was, in fact, just during half-time, for example. I mean, to be able to call up odds during a broadcast is quite a big difference.
Listen, I think they're different markets. I think the UK, there's a sort of proliferation of offshore books as well that aren't sort of legalised. So having more onerous restrictions on advertising makes sense. I think here in the US, especially, again, with NBC Universal, our direct partnership, I'm not going to comment on other competitors, but we've always taken a responsible approach to this discussion and how we feature sort of responsible gaming through sort of messaging. We're not here to target problem gamblers or underage consumers. We're here to target and enhance, the engagement the fan and the people have when they're watching sports, and those people that have the means and want to place a bet to do that in a responsible way.